be showing you my easy go-to recipes that are super simple. They only require a few ingredients. They honestly take like 20, like 30 minutes. Super healthy, nutritious. But yeah, this is typically what I eat on a daily basis. And the reason I eat this way, I'm not following a particular diet. I'm not trying to count calories here. I'm not trying to be restrictive. If anything, I really just listen to my body. I eat intuitively. I also tend to eat more plant-based just because for personal and also environmental reasons. I love animals. So, so yeah, here are some super simple, healthy meals that I cycle on a daily basis. I started my day with breakfast before going on a 45-minute walk and doing a little workout. For my typical morning oats, I use about a third or half a cup of rolled oats depending on my hunger level. I then microwave this with water for about 3 minutes and mash in half a banana just to add some sweetness. Once it's done cooking, I'll add about a tablespoon of this peanut butter powder. It has 3.5 grams of protein for that tablespoon. And then I'll add a teaspoon of hemp seed and chia seed. I'll mix all of those in and then top it off with more peanut butter and some fruit. For this meal, I made a really simple salad using just 4 ingredients. You can use any greens as your base, and then I just used cherry tomatoes, cucumber, and avocado. I first cut up the greens just to make them easier to grab. The dressing, I like to make my own balsamic vinaigrette. I use olive oil, balsamic, and just mustard in comparison to a store-bought one that has only 3 ingredients, none of this extra sugar, so a lot healthier in my opinion. Usually I'd have this meal with sweet potatoes, but we had this leftover potato, bean, carrot hash, so I ate that instead. So a lot of people ask, how do I eat 80-20 in terms of 80% whole, nutritious foods and then 20% processed? How do I keep track of that? And honestly, I don't. And I think it's 80-20 on average. I don't make sure every day I eat 80% of a certain amount of food. I think, some days I eat more natural than others. Other days, I'll have more processed foods, whether it's cereal or a protein bar, protein powder, whatever. It really depends, but that's just an overall guideline for me, And I think it's a good way to look at life as balance. Basic principles of intuitive eating is to listen to your body's hunger cues and reject diet culture that tells you certain foods are bad. Instead, you focus on what makes you feel good, both mentally and physically. Some of the proven benefits of intuitive eating are increased self-esteem, improved metabolism, can support fat loss, and decreased rates of disordered eating. In terms of what are processed that I have, this fridge lighting. I make my coffee with this oat milk creamer usually. It has sugar, it has, does it have no, it doesn't have trans fat, so that's good. I do occasionally will have a 0 calorie kind of juice or whatever. I don't know why I choose the 0 calorie one. I think it's part of my eating disorder is no, don't have the sugar, don't have the calories, from the past, but it's different. Let's see, what else? Oh, I love chocolate. These are so good from Trader Joe's. The best. I also will occasionally have my favorite chocolate is Snickers and Reese's, but typically I'll lean towards a dark chocolate with not a lot of added sugar. This one is also really good from Trader Joe's. It melted in my car, so I had to freeze it again, but Yes, it's so good. Yeah, and don't come at me for the fake sugar stuff. I know it's probably really bad, but I try to use stevia instead because apparently it's better, or like the plant one, whatever that one is. For snack after lunch, I had my favorite Lara bar and a peach. Start by cutting your potatoes into cube-like pieces that could fit into tacos, and then adding some olive oil on top of that before baking for 30 minutes at 400. While that's baking, I'll slice red bell pepper and onion for fajitas, as well as make my guacamole. I like these whole grain, low-carb tortillas. They're really soft. I also add black beans in my taco for protein. Trust me, like, they are so good. After dinner and before I went to bed, I had some of my kombucha that was left over and a Reese's Pieces. Of like getting leaner without damaging my relationship with food.
Hi.
I swear I was sharing my ideas perfectly. Aww.